Now, many of you will know that for the month of November, obviously NIO sold over 20,500, but today we just got the deliveries breakdown per model, and I must say there are some models that are struggling and there are some other that are still holding on and making sure that they give NIO some pretty good decent deliveries. Because as in the screen you notice that looking at the breakdowns, the ES6 for the month of November, it had 5,942, which this one, it was or constituted to 28.88% of the overall 20,557, which is something that obviously it is showing, or it shows that this is the most sold, or this is still the best-selling models onto NIO. Now the second model, it is the ET5 Touring with 4,142. Now something that I'm liking about the ET5 Touring is that it is one of the models that has been doing so good, because this is the second best-selling models from NIO. And the reason why I give kudos to this model is because remember when NIO made this model, they were making it primarily for Europe, but we are seeing it doing the most, or doing so well, in China, which is something that is of course pretty exciting. Now ES6 January to November, NIO has delivered 68,027 units, which is up 37% year over year, contributing 35.65% of NIO's delivery or total delivery. Now from January to November, ET5 Touring has delivered 45,089 vehicles, which is something that is good, because these represent 23.63% of the overall NIO deliveries, contributing 23.63% of NIO deliveries from January to November. This is good, man. Now one thing that I also saw, when you add the deliveries, or the 5,942 deliveries of the ES6 and the 4,142 for the ET5 Touring, you will notice that the total for these two models is around 10,084 vehicles, which when you divide that with the total deliveries that NIO delivered, which were 15,900, you will notice that these two models constitute 60% of NIO's total deliveries, which is pretty good, and it shows you how well these two models are doing onto NIO, which is pretty exciting. Now moving on to the NIO EC6 for the month of November, they delivered 2,354, contributing 11.44%. And from January to November, the EC6 has sold 24,239. Now the EC6, it is the third best-selling model onto NIO, and yeah, it is doing pretty good. It is one of the models that constitute some very good deliveries for NIO. Now this third spot which the EC6 has, sometimes you will see the ET5 mid sedan taking this spot, but this time around in November, ET5 mid sedan had 1,875 deliveries, which is obviously lower than the 2,354 for the EC6. This 1,875 for the ET5 mid sedan contributed 9.11% of NIO's monthly deliveries. From January to November, ET5 mid sedan has delivered 24,222 vehicles, contributing 12.69% of NIO's total deliveries. Now you'll notice that there's a slight difference between, of course, the total deliveries or the year-to-date deliveries of EC6 and ET5 mid sedan. EC6, you'll know that it's 24,239, and ET5 mid sedan 24,224. So there's a slight difference in terms of deliveries. This is why I was saying sometimes you will see the third spot taken by, of course, the ET5 mid sedan. So ES8 572 constituted 2.78%. Then you've got ET7 411 for November, contributing to 2%. You've got the EC7 187 contributing 0.91%, and last but not least, you've got the ES7 SUV with 10 units. Now ES7, it is the most struggling vehicle coming from NIO, which, knowing that it's not doing that well, I think some of the first few models that we'll see NIO revamping and introducing the NT 3.0 technology or platform next year will be the ES7, because ES7, it is struggling in terms of sales. This is the model on NIO that is struggling the most, and I think it's simply because people when they want to buy a standard SUV, they are buying the ES6. When they want to buy the big SUV, they are going for the ES8, right? And this ES7 is between the ES6 and ES8, which is why people are finding it difficult to go in between, but rather just take the ES6 or the ES8. Even the EC7 or the EC6, those ones are even stylish because they are coupe SUV models. So this is what we saw coming from November deliveries, and I hope yeah, the ES6 ET5 Touring continues putting a good performance, and I hope we see things improving in terms of deliveries, especially next year, where we'll get some of the NT 3.0 NIO cars or NIO models, which is something that will revive or recover the deliveries of NIO. Otherwise, you know that this year NIO is offering incentives which will help them, or trying to make sure that they boost their deliveries, which is something that hopefully it goes very well. So tell me what you think about this. Just thought I'd give you this quick update. Blue Sky is coming, long term will win. Envoy, you will know that for the same period they had over 5,000 deliveries for November, which of course it shows that production deliveries continues to grow, and this month we still expect 10,000 deliveries. I'm still certain, as per what I said in my yesterday's video. I remain bullish, long and strong onto the NIO stock. Blue Sky is coming, long term will win. That's all from me, and God bless you all.